Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, the state has awarded $297 million in contracts for the road and bridge projects across Tennessee. A Nestle Springs man has been sentenced to federal prison for possession of child pornography material, and we'll speak with Coffee County Mayor Gary Cordell. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 different locations, 8 new car franchises, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, a certified collision center with lifetime paint guarantee, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental. Let our family exceed your expectations at the Russell Barnett Automotive family. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Welcome back. Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam and Department of Transportation Commissioner John Shore announced last week the state has awarded $297 million in contracts from bids accepted in December for crucial road and bridge construction projects. This is the first major awarding of Improve Act projects and the largest such bidding process in TDOT's history. With increased transportation funds provided through the Improve Act and TDOT's federal budget, 72 new projects will be under construction across the state in the coming weeks. Within the first year of the Improve Act's implementation, 288 or 30% of the 962 projects designated in the legislation are now underway. The list of projects also includes several bridge rehabilitations, safety projects, and the resurfacing of more than 80 miles of interstate and state routes.
Governor Haslam said, quote, "Providing a safe, reliable, and debt-free transportation network was our main goal in passing the Improve Act, and we are now delivering dozens of much-needed road and bridge projects across the state, all while cutting the grocery tax and attracting manufacturing jobs to Tennessee. These investments in Tennessee's infrastructure will ensure the next generation of Tennesseans will have a robust transportation system," end quote. Later this year, TDOT anticipates projects bids to increase by $100 million, with the calendar year bids totaling more than $1 billion.
TDOT will also initiate design build contracts for or own reconstruction for I-440 in Nashville and the I-24 I-75 interchange in Chattanooga. Coffee County projects include improvements to Highway 55 from First Avenue to U.S. Highway 41A, which is expected to cost $7.9 million, and U.S. Highway 41 Hillsborough Highway from Joe Hickerson Road to ADC Road, expected to cost $29 million.
Ava is the new #1 name for babies born in Tennessee, rising to the top of the list of the most popular names for babies born in 2017. William maintains the #1 spot as the most popular name chosen for baby boys in Tennessee for the 11th straight year. Ava unseats Emma, which until 2017 had held the top spot for names of baby girls born in Tennessee since 2011. All names in the top 10 list for girls are the same as the top 10 list from 2016, but have changed in ranking. The balance of the top 10 names for the girls following Ava are Olivia, Emma, Amelia, Harper, Isabella, Elizabeth, Charla, Ella, and Abigail. Rounding out the top 10 boys' names were Elijah, James, Noah, Liam, John, Mason, Jackson, Samuel, and Grayson.
Mark Carlton Bryant, age 65, of Estill Springs, has been sentenced in federal court by the Honorable Judge Curtis L. Collier to serve 51 months in federal prison for possession of child pornography. Bryant was sentenced on January the 3rd of this year. Additionally, Bryant was ordered to pay a $25,000 fine, $5,000 in restitution, and forfeit electronic equipment used in the commission of his crimes. Upon his release from prison, U.S. probation will supervise him for 5 years. Bryant, a retired lieutenant colonel from the U.S. Air Force, previously pleaded guilty to a one-count indictment charging him with possession of child pornography.
We'll be back after these messages.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck. Chevy, Ford, and Ram, man. Russell's got your truck. With the best selection anywhere. Russell's got your truck.
Keith Barnett here at the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and man, do we ever have your truck. 4 brands, hundreds to choose from, all at year-end discounted prices. So with so much to choose from, my question is, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
Russell's got your truck, man.
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades, and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Welcome back. Coffee County Mayor Gary Cordell said he doesn't believe the county will need a property tax increase for the next fiscal year. Mayor Cordell stopped by our studios last week to talk about that and other issues facing the county. You mentioned tax structure, and I guess being the county mayor, wherever you go, probably people want to know what's going to happen to my taxes in the coming year. What do you see happening to the tax structure in Coffee County? And then,
Jim, I'm hoping that can be maintained for this next year. We've gone, thankfully, we've got good leadership in our county with our commissioners and whatever, got a good budget and finance committee and a good team, and they really, and we're going into our budget season again. Can't believe that we're going to be talking about the budget for next year already, but we're into that process. But they're really a tight, conservative budget and finance committee, and we look at ways to keep our tax structure and tweak things over time. We changed our insurance, a lot of our county insurance a couple of years ago, and that saved the county about $75,000 just that one program. And then so you got to be looking at ways to try to make sure you're getting the best value for a taxpayer dollar we can get, and I owe that to our taxpayers. So we're going into that process again, but we've gone 3 years now without a tax increase. And as I was sharing earlier, about 3 years ago, we ended up the fiscal year of June of 14 or July 14, I guess it was, and our operating reserve fund was down to about $600,000 or so. And that's pretty low as far as the state's concerned. But now we've got a healthier balance with about a $2.5 million operating reserve fund that we're trying to keep in place. And that really helped us this year, because for the first time in recent years, perhaps in history, this year we did not have to have a tax anticipation note. We call that a TAN note, but that's where that we have to borrow money in July and August so we can meet county payroll from another pool. But this year we did not have to have a tax anticipation note for the first time in whenever maybe. And we're excited about that. So that's indication that our reserve is getting a little better, and we're trying to keep a healthy reserve and not have another tax increase.
I say, when we talk about, you mentioned you'd saved $75,000 on insurance before, and I'm sure there are other issues like that. Explain to our viewers how the tax works. In other words, when you add a cent to the person's property taxes, how much money does that generate for the county? And then maybe they can relate when you save that much money, how much you save.
Right now, 1 cent on our property tax rate will yield about $103,000 in a year. So if you save $100,000, you save 1 cent, which doesn't seem like a lot on the property tax rate. But if we can, I'd love to see the day where we can actually have a little decrease. Don't know what's going to happen anytime soon, and we know right now that our school system came to Budget and Finance a few weeks ago with concerns they have about a building project and 2 phases throughout the next several years. That would, and you got to keep our school buildings and our system in the infrastructure development as it should be, and that would be about a $25 million project over the next several years. So you got to balance all that out, trying to keep our tax structure low, because businesses are really concerned when they look at you, what kind of tax structure do you have? what steps are you taking to keep your tax structure in line? So if we're going to commit to coming to this county, we don't want our property taxes going up, and so it's a balancing act every day. But we hope that we don't have a tax increase again this year. That's what we're working on.
You, how do you feel about the overall debt that the county has had to assume? I guess a lot of it had to do with school system and perhaps the county jail.
About $22 million on the county jail and $45 or so million over the last several years on the school system. And that debt 4 years ago was approaching $80 million for the county. And we've been trying to get some of that paid down to get us in a better structure, a better financial condition to where when we have to take on more debt, we can do that and not be pass it along in another tax increase to our ratepayers. But June the 30th of this coming year, we should be right at $71 million. So the county's paid down around $8 million or so in the last 4 years on our indebtedness.
Do you still continue to have some borrowing power, some room to be able to borrow in case an emergency came up?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
And we're trying to keep, we're trying to improve our bond rating. Trying to get, as we keep these measures, when they look through that process, when they see what you're doing at a county level to try to keep your tax structure as it is, then that in time will impact your bond rating. And we're trying to improve our bond rating so that when we have to borrow again, we can get the best interest rate we can. And right now, Jim, I would say this, that we, about a little over a year ago, our jail debt is structured in three, not that our viewers really care about that, but we have in that $22 million total debt, three different components. Two bonds for $9 million each, and the third bond is right at $4 million. So I asked our budget director, and she does a great job on that, but we brought our bond counsel to the table about 15, 16 months ago, and they were able to work out restructuring that first $9 million, and the time frame on that payback was 38 years. Well, state debt policy doesn't want you to finance a structure longer than its estimated useful life. So realizing that, I approached our budget and finance committee about restructuring that. So we got that first $9 million down to 25-year note, and we lowered the interest rate on that, and we're putting another $100,000 a year in on that, trying to cut the time frame from 38 to 25 years, and that will save our taxpayers about $3 million, just that one component. And we're trying to work on the second 9 right now.
More Newsleader is coming up in a moment.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Peggy Burton spoke recently with Greg Russell about the South Jackson Gala, which is coming up later this month.
I have the great pleasure of having Greg Russell with me today. He's the new president of South Jackson Civic Association. Welcome, Greg.
Thank you.
Happy
it's good
New
to be
Year.
here.
Good
Happy
to
New
have
Year.
you. I'm real interested in talking about the gala that we're fixing to do at South Jackson on January 20th.
Yes.
And I know that you're part of that committee, and it's all about raising funds. So you want to tell me a little bit about it?
Our gala at South Jackson, we have a lot of galas in the area, and there are people that they have galas at Motlow. Motlow has a gala. Our chamber has a gala, and this is a gala to support the performing arts here in Tullahoma. And you know, it's a great community with a lot of great talent.
It's amazing how much talent.
It's incredible.
From the little ones all the way up.
And we just have an incredible opportunity to support that. And what a wonderful facility that we have in South Jackson. There's things that we want to do to make it even better. And
lots of stuff going on right now.
Lots of things going on right now. Everything's torn up. If you've driven by South Jackson, you see that that's the case. We're under a project project right now where South Jackson, along with the Women's Club, Centennial Women's Club, and the city have put in quite a bit of money to light up South Jackson
and redo the parking lot.
Redoing the parking lot,
which
putting
leads
lights.
us to where we're going to do the gala this year. It will not be at South Jackson.
Exactly. This was a year we said, okay, here's an opportunity to maybe pull outside the building, do something a little bit different. But we were afraid really that our patrons would have a hard time with parking at this particular point, and so we are going to be at the Tennessee Business Center, which is the Legends Ballroom at the Tennessee Business Center. For those of you who don't know, it's on Wilson Avenue. It's
right across the street from the Coker Building and Wendy's. So you can't miss it.
And
it's a great parking lot in front of the building.
Right.
And that's where you'll enter, and we'll be in the Legends Ballroom.
Yes, and we're going to have big band. We've got tribute to big band singers. We have got a dance floor. We're going to have everything. And that's sort of where
I come in, because we have the South Jackson Street Band, but we don't have me singing all the songs or Dr. Jerry Anderson singing all the songs. We have such great talent at South Jackson. We're bringing in a bunch of singers. I have a few pictures.
Okay.
Not many, because we haven't finished
everybody,
picture taking, but I thought we'd show this one. This is 5 of the women performers along with Jerry Anderson. You might, on the left, if I'm looking at this correctly, maybe it's your right, who knows. Melissa Sharan with the feathers. She's doing Sophie Tucker, and oh my gosh, she is wonderful. Fran Gray, who is our office manager at South Jackson, will be doing Dinah Shore and Kate Smith. And there is Miss Doreen Schultz, who will be, who did I say, Lady Gaga, and Linda Ronstadt will be done by Amy Beckstead, and I just simply do myself because I'm probably older than anybody up there. And Jerry Anderson will be doing some Sinatra. This is Luke Sanders. If you saw 1776, he was the lead John Adams. He can do anything. He has sung on the country show, and he is singing for this event, I believe, Harry Connick Jr.'s number, one of his numbers. Proud to have him. And we have several sets of dancers. This is Miss Olivia, I always want to call her Northcutt, but it's Anderson. Olivia and Clayton Long, who I've known since he was born and has been tap dancing his entire life, and they are going to do Chattanooga Choo Choo, which is the cutest thing. And I'm so excited about having all of them on the show. And now on top of that, we have Greg Gressel, who hasn't had a picture made yet, but here he is live and in person.
Yes.
Doing the famous, who are you
Michael
doing?
Bublé.
Michael Bublé. I love those songs, by the way.
Yes.
Those are great songs. And we have a quartet of young girls doing the Andrews Sisters. We're saying it's the Andrews Sisters plus another sister by another mister. But anyway, they're so cute, and they dance and do everything else. And and that's a man, I won't name them all. We'll bring their pictures next time and talk a little bit more about the program. But it's all about ballroom dancing, great singers of the big band era from then until now.
Come to our cabaret.
Come to our cabaret. And you want to talk about the food? There's stuff that you get for your ticket.
Oh yeah, for the ticket, there are heavy hors d'oeuvres, and that will happen
and
throughout.
Plenty of it, yeah.
Plenty of it. We will not run out of food. We have a phenomenal caterer coming in to do
and
that.
The cocktail hour starts at 6:30.
The cocktail hour starts at 6:30, goes to, and the show will begin at 7:30.
Yeah, and it'll all go in together. And if you want to get up and go get a drink or go get something, it's okay.
Yes.
Because there'll be tables, chairs, a big dance floor if you're a dancer.
Right, and we have people serving as well.
Good.
I mean, there'll be wines and
beer,
as well,
and other drinks.
Other drinks, and so just a good time to come relax and enjoy some time together. And like she said, you can keep getting up, getting some food, picking up some things, and just enjoying the evening.
And hopefully you will dance if you want to, or you can just sit and listen and talk to your neighbors.
That's right. It'll
We're
be a great setting.
We're not holding a gun at your head for anything. Just come and enjoy.
We'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
Have you ever been involved in one of these? And you need one of these? Then look no further than the Russell Barnett Certified Collision Center. With a state-of-the-art facility, aluminum capabilities, lifetime paint guarantee, Russell Barnett Auto Rental, claims assistance from start to finish. We're here to serve you. So stop by and let us show you why we are #1, the Russell Barnett Certified Collision Center.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. The flu is now on a widespread in 46 states throughout the country. Let's watch this video from Center for Disease Control on what you can do to prevent spreading the virus in your home.
Let's face it, life can get pretty busy and you don't have time to be sick. In addition to getting vaccinated, you can help fight the spread of flu by consistently and correctly practicing a few simple healthy habits. Getting vaccinated is the best way to prevent the flu, and a vaccine is available each year for seasonal flu. There also are actions that you can take to help protect yourself and others from getting sick. Flu symptoms can include fever, the chills, coughing, a sore throat, a runny nose, body aches, headaches, and feeling tired. Some children may have vomiting and diarrhea. If you have some or all of these symptoms, stay home, except to get medical care if you need it. Rest up and try to avoid being in close contact with others. By keeping your distance, you're helping to protect your family, friends, and co-workers from getting sick too. Always cover your coughs and sneezes, but be sure to do it correctly. Covering your nose and mouth with a tissue works best. Toss your dirty tissue in the trash when you're done, and remember to wash or sanitize your hands afterwards. If a tissue isn't handy, you can use your sleeve to cover your nose and mouth. Washing your hands often with soap and water also helps to keep you from getting sick. When washing, be sure to scrub your hands all over, the backs of hands, under nails, and between fingers. If soap and water are not available, it's okay to use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Of course, at home, it's important to keep frequently touched objects and surfaces as clean as possible, especially when someone is sick. Don't forget to clean the refrigerator door, TV remote, doorknobs, toys, and other places where germs tend to linger and can cause illness. To remove germs, you can wipe down surfaces with a soap and water mixture, a bleach and water solution, or EPA-approved products. Be sure to follow the directions on product labels. By taking these actions, you'll be doing your part to help keep your household protected from flu. So home is a healthy place to live.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a lab mix named Clifford, who entered the shelter as an owner turn-in. He's approximately 8 years old, up to date on his vaccinations, neutered, and good with other dogs and children. Clifford has a sponsor who will pay for the adoption fee. Be sure to check out the shelter on Facebook for information about upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
The Coffee County Humane Society featured pet this week is Boss. He's a bull terrier mix who was dumped at Christmas time and needs a loving home. Boss is neutered, well behaved, and good with other dogs. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. on Saturday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society at P.O. Box 252 in Manchester. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
The 11th annual Coffee County Manchester Public Library book signing is coming up this Saturday, January the 13th. 20 authors from Middle Tennessee will be on hand to sign their books and talk to people from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. The library is located at 1005 Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester, next to Jiffy Burger. The event is open to the public.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up after these messages.
Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has proudly served your auto rental for over 30 years. Check out this huge selection to choose from. Small car, mid-size car, full-size car, crossover vehicle, SUV, minivan, pickup trucks, 12 and 15 passenger vans. Whether big or small, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has them all. Stop by our 2 locations to serve you, Tullahoma and in Winchester. And remember, my question is, why rent anywhere else?
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
The Animal Shelter has served Tullahoma dogs for nearly 30 years. Now, you can help us build a bigger and better no-kill shelter. Your tax-deductible gift is matched dollar for dollar. So come on, bark it forward and donate now to have your tax-deductible gift matched. Make your check payable to the COT Shelter Building Fund and go to tullahomatn.gov to see all the unique gifts available for your generosity. For more details, you can call City Hall at 455-2648.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1960 at 70 degrees. The record low was in 1962 at a -4 degrees. The average high on this day is 47 and the average low is 28. Rain is in your forecast for tonight with a low expected of around 44. Rain continues in the forecast for Friday with a high of 29 and a low of 19, and cloudy weather in the forecast for Saturday with a high of 28 and a low of 15. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And I would love to wish my wonderful, amazing son, Isaiah, happy birthday. So from all of us on Newsleader 6, wishes you and your families a great weekend. Thank you.